The views and opinions of the following show do not reflect those of WSMN, its owners, and/or associates.
Ray Andrews is a motorcycle enthusiast known throughout the biker community as Wolfmann. He grew up in the Dorchester area of Massachusetts and has been riding since he was 12 years old. He is a veteran of the U.S. Army and proudly served our country overseas in the theaters of Germany, Italy, and Panama. He retired from the U.S. Army and hung up his 1,000-yard stare to live a life behind bars, the handlebars of a motorcycle riding down the open road. His mission is to inform, educate, and spread his love of motorcycles and the joy of riding to bikers and non-bikers alike. His motto and creed is simply, it's not the destination. It's not how you get there, but instead, it's the people you meet along the way. In the wind, with the Wolfman. Let's ride.
I'm your host, Bill Wolfmann. We're coming to you live from WSMN at 1590 AM, 95.3 FM, WSMN.live, Facebook.com/Wolfmann with 3 N's, and let's not forget YouTube at In the Wind Radio. Today we are broadcasting live remotely from Naults, Seacoast Indian Motorcycles. And I got guests here today that want to talk, but before we get into that, we're going to talk about other sponsors. We have Mayhem Ink Tattoo down on West Pearl Street. National Bingo down on Daniel Webster Boulevard at Campus Inn in Merrimack. Today's weather, 60s and 70s for the rest of the week. Rain today and tomorrow, 80s next week. Pull them bikes out, shine them up, let's get it going. On the rally report, happening now down in Myrtle Beach. If you're down there, give me a shout out. May 15th, Combat Warrior Bike Night at High Octane Saloon, 6 to 10 p.m. May 16th and 17th, Rev the Lake up in Laconia, Meredith, New Hampshire. Don't forget that. We're with the Laconia Harley Davidson for that. May 17th, Ride for Mental Health, Iron Legacy Motorcycle Club, been doing at the American Legion, 6 Sergeant Road in Londonderry. Joyce Cooling and Heating, May 30th, the 5th annual charity ride, 8:30 a.m. We're meeting up at Pizza Hut, 727 Milford Road in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Americade is going on May 27th through the 30th up in Lake George. And let's not forget, my guest last week, we had Sheila Duvaling. We were talking about the May 16th ride, Rock Live It Up ride, Memorial ride. Registration 9:30 a.m. Kickstands up at 11:30. $30 per rider, $15 per passenger. You can have a Molly restaurant in New Boston, New Hampshire. And don't forget to bring Doc his birthday cards because it's his birthday weekend. So let's not forget that. So today we're sitting here at Naults, Seacoast Naults Indian Motorcycles. I have Trey, Scott. How are you doing, guys?
Right. Good. How are you doing?
Good. And we are here for the first time ever.
What do you think?
The shop is immaculate. It is beautiful. I took my boy Brain behind the camera, and he was, when we first pulled up, he was, wow, this place looks small. And I said, wait. Scott took him for a tour.
Yeah.
And he doesn't feel like that anymore.
Nope.
Can't hear him because he's behind the camera.
Yeah, this was kind of my vision. We tried to use every square inch. I think some of these guys might argue could have done it a little differently and got a little more square inches out of it. We pack a lot into this area.
This is the best bike shop I've ever been in. I appreciate it. And I've been in a lot across the country. You know, I drive a Harley, so you're always in somebody's shop. Someday I'm switching over to Indian. We had that discussion. Kurt's already trying to sell me on the one out on the sidewalk. I told him what my wife said this morning. She goes, if you plan on coming home with a new motorcycle, don't come home.
I think she said, don't go home unless you have to go.
That's what I heard.
That's
That's what you guys,
Yeah.
maybe that's what I heard. Maybe.
I think deep down she's rooting for it.
She's a wonderful woman. Been with me for 26 years. He has put up with a lot. He has put up with a lot of motorcycles. And every time it's same thing. Don't buy a new motorcycle. You'll be living on it. But, you know, she goes, that's why I spend my money. I'm sorry, but that's what I'd like. Some days, I got too many bills right now, but some days.
I'm glad you like the shop. So,
It's a beautiful shop, and everybody out there should come down and check this place out. It's the cleanest shop if you've ever been in a mechanic bay. It doesn't look like a mechanic bay, it looks like a surgeon place. A surgery.
as it should.
Yeah.
Right?
Bought this. I don't know, put it with this. Nice guy. Stand out. Everybody here is wonderful. It's like a big family.
One of the best in the biz too.
Yeah, you got a tech position open. I see that. Once again, we're talking, what do you do for the community? You provide jobs.
We do. So the company, we employ a little over 80 people. Off the company.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we're growing. We need more staff. We need good people who want to work. And,
That's the biggest problem.
but you know, you got to be enthusiastic about what you do. We're all. That's the common denominator. Same thing we're doing. We're passionate. This is our world, right? And so you know, to be in this environment, you have to. Right? It's not just you got to want to unless you're passionate about it.
Yeah, and like when I was back around one company and built on their own. I learned everything I needed to know about every life on that floor to sell. I wasn't selling the bike, I was selling the bench. Yeah, and then again, you can buy a motorcycle, you can buy a truck, you can buy it's the destination and the adventure that it's really.
I summed up and said it probably every time I put it on the show, but I always talk about Steve too. Right? You can't get there by any other means except for one.
And half the places you never even go to.
Oh yeah, keep dropping.
You go right by it, you don't have the smells, you don't have the atmosphere, you don't have the warm sun, the cold rain, the wind, you know, the bugs in your teeth, and that's fun.
It's, you know, we're right here on the Seacoast, you know, the ocean's not too far from here.
So
Take that drive in a car and take it on the motorcycle. Same road, same amount of miles, same amount of time, you make it faster on the bike. But it's a completely different experience, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the thing I find I like most about motorcycles is the freedom. You know, when I first started riding, it was the rebellion. You know, I was young. It was the rebellion. You know, I'm different than everybody else. Now everybody's got a motorcycle. But now it's more the freedom, the people you meet, places you go, like Seacoast, Indian motorcycles.
It's a great destination. You know?
When you buy a brain was saying how, wow, this looks like a small shop. Until he came in the building and was totally surprised.
Yeah, it's we packed a lot into this little space, that's for sure.
It really reminds me of the old Bugs Bunny cartoon where he goes to a tree trunk and opens the door, walks inside, and it's a palace. Yeah, same thing here. You walk in here, you're thinking it's small. It's 3 levels.
Yeah, 3 floors. You know, it's a tight lot. This was there was an old Chinese food restaurant here. You know, we wanted to. I mean, legally, you can only push it out so far. So you get setbacks. So the only way we could make the most space out of it was to go top to bottom, full basement, you know, first floor, second floor. Opening this up really gives it the.
That only
That's
was
big.
different.
No, we built this from scratch. We actually tore the old building down. Everything you see there is new design.
Oh, so this is a whole new building. I didn't know that.
Down in Brandon from the ground. up.
Okay, so come down here. Not only you get a brand new bike, you get a brand new building. You know, it's an amazing building.
You know, it's funny with motorcycles. Buildings for these things are very unique. What else could you use this for? It's hard to picture. You know, maybe a small department store or something like that. This brings me back to the old days with like Jordan Marshall. That right?
Oh yeah,
I looked up-
the escalators coming
Yeah.
down, you have a big opening. Well, down in Daytona, I was at Daytona Harley Davidson. It's multi-level like this too, but then it has an open to look down.
Yeah.
I think they even have a statue of Elvis in it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a good way to use the space. It gives it makes it feel bigger than it really is. It's really 5,000 square feet per floor. It's just not a lot when you think about a motorcycle.
Right.
I forget how many bikes do we physically have here on the ground?
right now I have 116 stocks,
So 116 bikes.
116 new and used.
not including my service bikes, so if
Right.
I add those, I probably have somewhere around 145 bikes here.
$145.
plus all the gear, all the swag, everything, to bring that experience closer to home. But it's a lot, I'll tell you. It's a lot of work when you operate in an area that's small, so.
But it's worth it.
Now, Indian's celebrating its 125th year,
That's good.
and you guys did a 125-mile ride.
The Saturday.
Oh, it's coming this
The
Saturday.
Saturday coming up, we'll start here at 9 o'clock. They'll do the 125-mile ride. We already have it mapped out. IMRG has made a beautiful route, going up to the Double Lighthouse. There's a couple stops along the way as well. And then they'll complete the ride and come back here. We'll have a route waiting on them. Should be back here around 1 or 2 o'clock. So it'll be phenomenal. Get your patch, get here early.
I wish I could make it, but it's 9 to 5 job here.
And we want to be clear about something. We don't care what motorcycle you're on. I don't care if you're on a Harley, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki. Get here and ride. That's all you care about.
Please say no electric bike.
Well, no, you gotta bring your electric bike in so I can take it and trading credit for a bag where we get another $1,500 for it. So
If you bring an electric bike, I'm gonna make him ride a generator.
That's gonna be funny. Put him on a scooter.
you come in with an electric bike and you trade it in for a bagger, I'll ride it with a bathing suit on down Route 1.
Nobody needs to see that.
See right there.
And is it gonna be a bikini or a bathing suit? I think we
Well,
should go.
No,
Okay,
a speedo.
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 A set of boxers on you is gonna look like a bikini.
Listen, as many skies I have on me, we definitely gotta go with the Caribbean style, sexy.
Oh, the swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banana hammock.
Borat. Borat.
All right, there you go.
I did.
Oh my God, I love coming here. This is the second time I've been here, and first time I got to tour, and I was amazed at how nice this place is. Rains came in, and he was amazed. He's like, I can't believe you have this much stuff in it. Even your parts is piled up in the hallway. Make sure you got everything for everybody.
Yeah, especially this time of year, right? We gotta be, somebody wants something to get this, so get them on them. We all are itching to go ride, right?
I'm getting
This
my
weekend.
phone back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just had a stator plug put in it, stator and the plug put in. It was leaking last year, and I didn't want to get out. And it's in my primary case, it's like not even a quart of oil. I
Right.
didn't sell fast,
Yeah,
so I had to have that fixed. Pick that up tomorrow. So I'm ready to ride. Monday's gonna be 82. I can't wait.
yeah.
Not for us. We will not do it.
No, we're being
You'll be in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, we have a motorcycle meeting called 20 people.
You also have like an Indians riding, like Hog had it.
That's it.
And you automatically, when someone buys a bike from you, you enroll them in that for their first year.
Correct, we pay for it.
Now, no other company does that.
Yeah, it's a big part of, again, we're gonna use that word again, experience. It's a big part of the experience. To have that camaraderie, to be able to have a place to meet, the friends you build, it's an incredible thing. So we believe in it, and so we support it.
And what they're gonna start doing, so IMRG Group, any motorcycle ride group 2080, Dave Bennett's president, and we're getting ready to start our Wednesday night dinner rides. So on Wednesday nights, they'll come here at around 6 o'clock. They'll all venture off to a small destination, whether it's in Concord, Somersworth, wherever they choose.
I'm in.
And we,
Quick ride.
and we just have a quick ride, and then once a month they'll have their meeting, and then they do their long rush. They've done really well with it. They have their social media page that shows the calendar. So when you buy a new motorcycle from us, all you have to do is show up. They take your information down, they'll tell you what's going on, get patches, start coming to the events like this weekend, you can get your patch for the ride. And it just grows. We have a subsection of that as well with our young ladies, and sometimes they want to venture off on their own. So we have our own little section of women riding group only. So there's a lot of times in our group, ladies will do their own function. So it's pretty nice. And again, we have people that are 22 all the way to way over the 90.
150.
I wish. But no, it's a great group. We do really well. We do a lot of charity work as well. So that's going to be coming up as well.
Again, it's an Indian riding group, but it's open to all.
Now, you got a charity thing coming up? You said charity group?
So we do charities all year long
Yeah.
with the group. So we have a multitude of rides that you'll see on the calendar. And I don't have a list of them right off the top of my head. I know Dave and John have been setting these up. I know we'll do, the Christmas, we'll do the Halloween, we'll do toy drives. But throughout the year, we did a ride for autism last year. We'll be putting another ride together this year for some of the very
Now, when you do these rides for autism, You do like a raffle for prizes?
Yeah, a lot of times we do like a 50-50 or we'll do raffles. Last time we did a bunch of raffles and it actually turned out really well.
Okay, one thing I'm gonna donate for that raffle is the original Wolfman vest.
Okay.
Sweet.
So when that comes up, call me, let me know. I will sign this, I'll bring it, and we can put this in for the raffle. So a little bit of Wolfman nostalgia as well as radio nostalgia.
Yeah.
And then, no, you can't buy it to hang it on your wall.
No, we appreciate it. I will let my president know so that he can develop a list.
Now, building your family of employees. I know you've got other shops, one in Wyndham, one in Manchester,
Littleton.
and Littleton.
Yeah.
Building your shop of employees, what did you look for in an employee besides showing up?
Not me.
It's all about passion, right? And I'll use, that line,
Nope, he ran as soon as he came outside.
I was gonna use Adam.
He's
You know,
wanted by the FBI.
He is petrified with him.
Adam was a good example for this story. Where he was at one of our Honda Kawasaki stores. Been there a long time. Great at what he did, but his passion was V-twins. And he could function all day long, you know, on a dirt bike, which
Yeah.
Honda Kawasaki. But this was his passion. And so when we opened the store, we knew we needed that sort of passion and everything from it, just like everything else. So you were gonna take a good guy and put him in here, and he could do great. Because I'm really doing what's going to do. So when we talk about, you know, what it takes to be an employee, a company like ours, keep in mind, this is our 118th year of business, right? So you know, we've been doing it a long time.
And one of your founders just passed.
Yeah, Dick Naults just passed on the 86 years old, third generation. But an exceptional guy who not only left his mark in Naults as a company, but in history. Let me explain that. So, in New Hampshire, this started in New Hampshire. We didn't have franchising, which basically protects the dealer from the manufacturer being the big guy putting stuff. You're going to do this. You're going to do it this way. And for years, that's how it was. Dick, back in the 70s, experienced this firsthand and decided he was going to change it. And it started, most people nationally would know it as what's called the dealer bill of rights. Here in New Hampshire, we call it RSA 357C. But it basically dictates that, you know, a simple businessman cannot be, you know, ordered around by a manufacturer that could possibly put him in cases. And he changed that, and I started Rayville, New Hampshire, who's one of the ones that founded that law. That law, in some way, shape, or form, it's currently adopted by all 50 states. So, you know, when you talk about, it's one thing to be a great businessman. It's one thing to have, you know, two wheels in his life since 1908. But it's another thing to kind of change history, change the law. It's
So he
pretty impressive.
He didn't just put his stamp on Indian motorcycle. He put a stamp on America.
Yeah, franchise law, dealer bill of rights affects everybody. Every car dealer, every motorcycle dealer, really businesses in general. I mean, it's incredible. It's a big piece of the state. And the state actually great five. He was one of the original pieces of that. Where he lives.
Live free or die in New Hampshire. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
So when you're planning events, what goes into something like that? Like your charity is gonna organize where it's gonna be, who it's gonna be with, who it's gonna be for, and that's a process.
So, I will tell you, I delegate.
Smart man.
Yeah. It is a lot of work, and it takes a lot of people, from Scott to all the employees here, especially if we're talking about this store. The girl hiding behind the camera over there, innovate. It takes a lot of hands to put anything together. I don't care if we're
It does.
Hot dogs on a Saturday, that still takes a lot.
I'll be here for hot dogs on Saturday.
And it takes time, but people think that you put an event together for this weekend and it happens, it doesn't. Like, if I want an event, me and Annabelle have discussed this, I gotta give her at least 2 months, and that is the bare minimum to get it out there on social media, to have any type of presence to where people wanna come and be a part of it.
So
So,
it's gonna be effective.
if you're gonna
Let's
be
not
something,
forget, call the Wolfman and put it on the air.
so yeah, it takes the whole village, it does. It takes all of us to really be an active part of it. Social media is a huge part of it, to get it out there, whether it be just on our page or IMRG or whoever else, we gotta make sure that everybody shares it, so that, you know, the message gets out far and wide.
It has to be effective, right? Because especially if we're, it's a charity, we're trying to raise money, it's all important.
Right.
You have to be effective, so it takes a lot of effort, a lot of planning, to be effective, because otherwise, you know, you don't get to do it again next year. You only get to do it if you do well.
Stock bikes suck.
Yep. You see that?
That's your new t-shirt.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, too, in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, you know, it's basically, how do I say this? So, listen, you know, anybody can go buy, you know, a black street fighter or a black, you know, chieftain or anything. But what makes it different? But the whole reason you're doing it is because you want it to be different, right? And a motorcycle is an expression of yourself. And so, custom, I defy you to find a stock on
Anywhere.
right?
First thing most people do is pipes.
So for us, and this, I wish it was a Kurt or Naults original, but it's not. It actually came from a CEO of India, like Kennedy. He was just standing up there. We were talking about what's going to be the new array of accessories that will be available for India. Because that was, or it was a holdback for you know, a set of pipes in Harlem, that's a Harlem for 20 years, let's just say. You know, but with Indians, they were a bit more unique. Part of Indian's goal was to scale it down, to have more accessories, a wider broadband accessory that can fit a wider broadband
Indian military.
of Indian motors. And he just made the joke there, and he's like, hey, let's face it, stop by so. And you can almost hear the whole audience go, yeah, no, that's true,
It is.
right? You know, like that totally makes sense.
First time I saw that shit, I'm like, you know, that's so true.
So that, really a couple days after that, I think we may have even been on a plane when we back to, it was the trip from hell.
Hit it, drunk, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was way worse than that.
Yeah,
It was
it was a trip
blizzard
from
from hell.
But at any rate, it just hit me, I'm like, that would make a fantastic shirt. And, you know, we are in the accessory business, we're in the performance business, you know, we can do, big ball kits, we can do tunes, exhausts and intakes and all that. I said, what a great way to not only promote it, but to really put it out what everybody was absolutely thinking, which is stuff, it's like, how we make it our own. And so the birth of the shirt came up, we were in LA, and so when we came up with this plan, what's more fitting, actually, I only reword this, we were in Hampton, and I thought,
Tough
man,
neighborhood.
so, you know, this is the album cover from the 80s album, it was a rap album, NWA, and, like, let's do that, and then we put our performance stuff, so we're gonna get one of those shirts.
And this shop is just not a bike shop. It's just like a normal bike shop. You actually customize bikes there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. From paint to big boards to suspension, there's nothing we can't.
Any accessory you need on your bike, whether it's an Indian or something different.
Try to keep it to just Indian, I mean, yes, we can do things on other bikes for sure. And what we can't accomplish here, we can certainly accomplish with anything on our list. I am, you know, it's a small space, it's a tight place, you know, we have a lot of inventory, but I consider it a limited amount. We want to be able to give our customers 100% attention and be laser focused. Do something new.
You something do it well. I'm gonna get your brand new or you use the Indian. Customize it the way you just didn't know you got.
Absolutely.
First thing, like I said, everybody does. I don't like stock pipes. I never like stock pipes. Even my car. My Ram doesn't have stock pipes. It's a nice little ruffle to it. You gotta have that ruffle. You gotta feel the engine.
You want the guy next to me here too.
Unlike, what's that guy's name? That,
Sean,
Sean, 132cc engine, and he lets you know it's there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so, it drowns out everybody's.
So let's go down the, accessory one level further. We're getting ready to complete our California sidecar trike.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be hopefully by the end of this month, beginning of next month, that'll be on the showroom floor. So just like last year, it was beautiful. This one's gonna be,
California sidecar trike.
so it's on 2025 Roadmaster.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's talk about that for a second. So, Naults as a company has been building California sidecar trucks, which oddly are not Maryland. Or Virginia, Virginia.
Isn't that what California is?
Yeah, the other California. But we, as a company, we've been building them for many years, well over 25 years. When we got into Indian, we knew that we're just gonna do what we've always done. We're gonna build trucks. No, Indian doesn't offer a factory.
That was one of my questions. Do you build trikes? I mean,
Yes,
well, I do now. That'll be coming out in a few years.
trike conversion, right there.
yeah, so we do trike conversion. Indian does plan on producing a trike. I have no idea what that model's gonna look like, but I can tell you the California sidecar, if you've ever seen one, first of all, it's independent suspension, it doesn't have a solid axle. So when you look at like a tripod where it has a solid axle, you know, you watch them hit a speed bump and it
The whole spike, yeah, it rots.
the suspension does this, but the bike doesn't.
Now, is it gonna have the leaning wheels when it turns?
No, that it would be, so that only works, God, I haven't seen it, it's less than a second.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
And that was a great, I drove one of those.
Yeah, they were a little, I got to drive them. Why is the brand escaping me? It's escaping me, but I got to drive them and it was definitely a little weird because at high speeds it did push through poles. It didn't really handle it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want it to. But, you know, trikes are a little different. The California sidecar is a little bit wider than like a normal tripod. The rake on the front end, which you absolutely have to have, is a little more than the normal tripod. It truly is a superior riding. I gotta tell you, when you look at that thing, on an Indian, it just has all the classic lines, the big fenders, and the swooping lines. It's like it was meant to be. The colors.
I hope when Indian does make one, they make it real swoopy, like comes down low on the seat and then swings up over meats. Yeah, I'm talking fat tires on the trike look for me.
Oh yeah, you get the standard one.
We used to, when we were growing up, there were 50s and 60s series. 50s were the wider ones.
Yeah.
70s were, they need to do like a 60 series or a 50. Now these little skinny baloney schools that see on some of these trikes.
Yeah.
You need a wide tire to back just for looks. Who cares about him when he's that one? It's like you see a motorcycle with a fat tire, you're like, dude, yeah, that's nice. We know it doesn't handle that well,
Yeah.
but it's cool looking.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to look cool and suffer a little bit just for that look.
That's what they make choppers for.
I owned a couple of them in the day. You know, Indian, I haven't seen an Indian truck. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Well, Indian Larry used to, you know, have the rules around it. So we could. Well, now you got to think.
Thanks, appreciate that. Well, I have a little project, so stay tuned for 2027.
Actually, if I was going to do one,
Let me
I would
design-
probably stretch it back.
But yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Let me design it.
Yeah, I would stretch it back before I stretch one.
113 cc. 6 speed. I'm sorry, 4 or 5 speed ain't enough for the highway. You need that highway gear. And if you're on the chopper, you're going on the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that. Man. The Wolf. Remember we talked about building a Wolfmann bike? There you go.
Yeah. Here's the roll.
So we got test drive truck coming in on what's it, June 26th and 27th, right after Laconia.
But we're going to be a big player in the deployment as well. So
And the Wolfman's gonna be doing live broadcast up there, so you're gonna be tuned in. I'll probably have Brains behind the camera again. He's doing such a good job. We're giving him his 2 little side girls in that are protecting him.
Yes, we'll be doing the demo truck twice. We'll be doing it in June and we're doing it again in September.
June and in September, 9, 11, and 12.
And then they'll also be out there during bike week, so during the bike rally, we'll be there. So if anybody has any ideas of what they're looking to try to get into, don't wait for the demo truck. Come by and see me. I'll put you on a bike now.
Yeah, you're gonna need a bike for Laconia. You might as well come in now, right?
The sales that I have going on, you'd be stupid not to.
yeah, we made some special purchases with Indian. We bought some big packages. We're going to pass some savings on.
Nice. So you're gonna have a huge stamp up in Laconia.
Yeah.
Let me describe that one. So you know, we're definitely gonna be set up, right behind the, demo truck, at the track. So come on up, test drive a new Indian, come show us your wristband, and we'll give you a free swag bag, and there'll be some good stuff in there. And then, working on, trying to close the deal right now and being right down, you know what Tower Hill is?
Do, right down by the photo.
Where you believe we're gonna be setting up shop in there for you. So that would be a great place for you.
That's where you're gonna come see me.
Yeah.
That's where I'm gonna come see you. I get special parking.
As long as you get there early.
Yeah.
Brandon, you gotta get there by 6 AM.
Might have something. I was actually at there last night, just scoping it out. Yeah, we might have something. We might have a great part on course.
Because I know, a lot of the vendors down there can't park.
Yeah.
Right.
I know there's a lot right beside it, right next to Ware Beach. So you can go in there, it cost me, I think, one year, $10.
Yeah.
And you can stay there.
There's 3 or 4 lots right there.
Yeah.
That you could park at for a few months.
Yeah, stay there all day. There's a lot to do down. Then later on, head up to the saloons.
One quick note. This is the first year that I'm aware of, I might be wrong, I have to look at my history books, but this is the first year ever that Indian is the official motorcycle of the 150.
Official motorcycle, that takes a lot.
It really does.
Especially-
It says about where we are as a company, where Indian is as a brand. I think it says a lot.
Since Harley's been around forever, they've always had that stamp down there. It's nice to see somebody else overtaken.
It really is, and it's, you know, people want choices, and I think this screams that.
Let's tell you, if we're getting short on time, we're gonna probably another 15, 20 minutes. Let everybody know your addresses, websites, phone numbers. We want people to come.
I'm gonna let Scott do that, because he's greater.
Right, so,
I'm rattling it off, and
Give them the mic so they can hear him clear.
and sometimes getting around.
listen, I always do it wrong just to make you guys. So listen, our address is 32 Lafayette Road in beautiful Tax Street, North Hampton, New Hampshire. You can call it 603-697-6033, or visit my website at 603indian.com, or if we really military-minded people, 603.com, which gives it a name there is no time to say. But yeah, no, you'll see a lot of the videos coming out real soon of all the stuff we have going on, like the one I showed you this morning.
That, my wife says I can't have.
No, that's okay, it's okay.
Oh, wait, she said I could have.
Listen, let's bring. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's bring clarity to this right now.
Okay.
He's a bit thick, right? Do we live in the 603 or do we live in the 603?
Military's always 603.
Be quiet.
603.
So you said I am from. If somebody was to say I'm from New Hampshire, I'm from 603. Not 603.
Oh, it's 11.
Oh, it's 11.
I get that.
No, it's 0.
I want you to understand one thing. I'm former military.
I
Just like if you're an artillery, you know, people say, hey, we beat that because that's a.
hold on. Let's go outside the military so I get you guys in front of them here. Zach, do you girls, would you call it, would you say I'm from the 603 or I'm from the 603?
0.
You would say 0. I would
Standing
say
ovation.
Yes.
No, I say 603.
Is it
Christina.
standing ovation for Christina?
So we,
hold on, we have one more.
603.
Yeah.
so anime is your backup. God bless you.
All right, well, so we got 3 to 603, 2 to 603. My vote
That's
counts
the
for
man
double.
behind the brains.
Your vote does go.
Army 603. Sorry.
A lot of people on my side.
You are out of luck. Speaking about military, you guys do military discounts?
We do, so it's actually really awesome what Indian did this year. So he's gonna change.
I can't believe I lost that.
Listen, just you
Hey,
know.
but you have me behind you.
Just so all the viewers that watch you understand, this has been going on for almost a year on this fight.
Really?
No joke, that's how anal he is about the zero versus. So anyways, back to, Indian does what we call honoring heroes. And previously, they would give you an extra year warranty and $200 to spend. They've come to realize that stock like we do, so they took off the extra year warranty, so you still come to the factory 2 years. But if you're an honoring hero, they give you $1,000 in money to spend this.
Or accessories?
So whatever you want.
Whatever you
New
want.
bikes,
New bike, jacket,
Sweater.
hat, whatever.
stock bike sucks t-shirts.
Yep.
Yep, 100%. So, you know, and the other thing that we do here, because we are very much honoring hero military, police, when they go in and they sit with my finance manager, we discount down our protection options as well, because we wanna make sure. And I mean, you have to understand, like, we price it out really nice for people, because we want everybody to be protected while they have their brand new Indian motorcycle or they're used. And again, over 100 bikes in stock, I'd say, 103, 104.
And they better hurry up, because I've been watching them sell out the door. Every day I see a new posting on.
It's gonna get ugly pretty soon, because we're sitting down there to finalize the sales process on these bikes that we bought at a good purchase price. So, for example, like the Roadmount 3B that I showed you, where there's only 350 of them made worldwide. Typically out the door, you're around 43, 44,000. And I believe I gave you a price of $11,000 off that.
You did.
So 32,500, if anybody's listening, 32,500 for a Roadmaster 3B, that's out the door.
And it's absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
That's the first bike, that's my I went to when I backed in already.
It's phenomenal looking bike. It's got everything you can ask for. It needs a set of pipes, it needs a cup holder, and it needs someone's butt in the seat.
And I noticed them, they all have these little handles, like an old crap handle in between the seats.
Yeah,
That's so the girl in the back don't fall off, because you're gonna rip it up. They're not small engines.
no.
Technically, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is.
Since when?
Yeah, so if you don't have a
That's
backrest,
fell off.
if you don't have a backrest, you gotta have a hand, you gotta have a grab handle feet.
Oh, so this isn't good enough, putting your hands around them and holding on and hugging them.
Some people are missing fingers.
I think the people wrote that law probably understood that it starts off that way in the ride, but then you go have a restaurant, you get in an argument, all of a sudden she doesn't want to put her out. Right?
Or you have too much tequila and you fall asleep.
Get back to the,
There's never too much tequila.
That's his run.
getting back to the units here and the pricing, just one thing to keep in mind is that, we do have the largest selection. Nobody else has this many.
Yeah, they only have 7 or 8 bikes. I've been in Indian shops. I'm not gonna mention them because they're not in Indian shops, but they don't have enough to cover everything. They only have 7 or 8 bikes. You've got 116 on the floor and another 40 out back waiting to come to the floor.
Yeah.
And we also have the largest section of parts, gear, and accessories. Nobody in New England, I would venture to say, even way past that, comes close to what I have in inventory
We
for.
also have a discount gear room.
I do have my own female section. I think we're one of the few people that actually have their own dedicated female section.
So me walking around there wasn't ready.
You can, it's not gonna fit anything. Your body is not conducive to that.
No, it's not everybody be close. So, how do you fit someone on a motorcycle?
A lot of different things. One of the first things we do when we breed them is to make sure, we don't attack them and tell them they have to buy things. Then we ask them what type of riding they're gonna be doing. What are they looking forward to with bike? We wanna make sure we sit them on the bike. We wanna make sure they fit on it. Discuss the bike they're trading, and there's a lot of variables that go. As a matter of fact, it's called a 9-step sales process. So it's literally 9 steps to doing this. Most important thing is we listen. We sit down, we talk to you, we find out what you want, where you want to be at, what's your price point, then we get you on the right bike. We got people come in like, I want this bike. And we're like, no, you don't. That is 100% wrong.
We've been doing it long enough, dude. When you fit somebody on a bike, you know if it's gonna be right. We know what to look for. Shoulders and arm lengths, how their stance is.
Like trying to put on a pair of boots, you see the person start walking on it, he looks, or she looks horrible in it. Those are the wrong boots, let's find them out. So same with the bike, if they sit on it and they look uncomfortable, their body triangle is completely wrong, it's the wrong bike.
Let's not forget, and I've seen this 1,000 times, especially with the crotch rockets. They touch the ground with their toes open. You need to be flat-footed when you sit on the bike.
Most of the time, the problem that you're gonna get with a lot of the consumers is, it's a price point. I wanna spend this much money. No,
Yes.
let's find you the right bike, and then we can discuss where we need to be as far as payment goes, because maybe this is the right bike, but you need to buy used now, and I have one of those, because I have 130+ bikes. But I want a payment of $200 a month. Well, that doesn't help me, because that doesn't talk about how you're gonna ride. Are you only doing in-town, or are you doing highway? You got a passenger, you plan on losing weight, plan on gaining weight, things like that.
I never plan on losing or gaining, it just happens.
Yeah.
When you get the chrome age, you don't care anymore, you just wanna ride.
Yeah, so I mean, again, a lot of different variables.
What's the bike you're sitting?
Sport Chief RT and Vibrant Gold Metallic.
And what is the price on that?
Well, it all depends on what rebates and discounts I have on it, but you gotta come see me to find out the price.
Come and see, find out the price. It's got a 116-inch cubic inch motor in it, so it's fast.
It is, it's 126, it's also got audio, so you hook up your Bluetooth to it, it has its own speaker.
Nice.
A lot of the people that purchase this bike will have doing risers, and they'll bring the bars up. It does have the technology package, so you do have the touchscreen, you have the GPS, you have the 3 different ride modes, a little bit of storage, and believe it or not, if you'll come and visit us and see this bike, Ralph will show you where the hidden bottle opener is.
He found it out today. Range found out where that was. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
We have a video on our page as well, but yeah.
I'm going to get a 6-pack right now.
Expect right now. I am not gonna spoil the surprise when there's that. So it's a secret. If you wanna find out, you gotta come in and find it.
You gotta see the gauge on this thing, you know, he talks about it's got the Bluetooth and GPS stuff, but it looks like an old school round single gauge.
I thought that's what it was from here.
It'll literally do everything that your car does.
Yeah.
Yeah, all through, right, including the sound system.
Now, technology in these bikes has come a long way.
Oh my goodness,
We've got
it's incredible.
ABS braking, we got, panic braking.
Yeah, we have link
Fire.
braking, we have high side assist, we have, blind spot indicators, we have, volume post indicator. So the link braking is probably one of my favorites, where if you get into a panic situation, you just grab all front brake. It adequately, all the brains in the bike tell the front and rear to act in coordinates. So it's absolutely amazing.
Oh, I hear Indian starting up out there.
You did.
Got a good thump to it, doesn't it?
It does, they sound great. Now, if I were to come in here with my usual, let's say I have a 2015 Indian. I wanted pipes, I wanted radicals, I wanted forward controls. You guys can handle all that
Everything.
with no issues.
No.
Nope. Even this, a lot of people think if you go into a new dealer, you can't put stuff on, but you buy for something.
But I can tell you what we do even further than that. Whether you come in for accessories or service or whatever, when you leave our service department, you'll get a courtesy trade appraisal on your bike. Every bike should leave with a trade appraisal from my service department. So
Just in case.
just in case you decide you want to buy the bike out there.
Just in case I'm looking at that.
I would also argue that, we know who we're competing with when it comes to accessories. We're competing with aftermarket and online accessories. I can assure you, we are dollar guaranteed. So you can shop at a local brick and mortar, family owned business, not have to deal with the online stuff. And I'm telling you, you're gonna get the same.
Well, the problem with shopping online, especially with pipes, they don't all fit.
Yeah, you can come here and touch it. You can see them.
Yeah, and if there's a problem, guess what?
We're right here.
We're gonna stand, right? You're not gonna deal with the online thing and the sending it back and all the crap. You know, you can do business locally, at a brick and mortar store, and have that personal touch and that personal experience.
Yeah, that's, I like talking to people and seeing what they're doing. I don't bring my motorcycle in and go, let's do this back. I got a guy, crew, he's actually got it right now, it's done, I guess we'll pick it up. And it's later put into it, but he's the only one I trust. He's aging, shall we say. He's gonna be retiring soon, so I am looking for a new shop, and clean as that shop is out there, I can't say no.
It looks like it looks like, you know, a hospital in there, but I'm telling you, Brian, it's just, you know,
It was the cleanest mechanic shop I've ever been in.
It's ridiculous. Very much.
appreciate it.
And if I walk into a shop and it's bikes parked over here, motorcycles half built over there, I don't want to even put my bike in.
We can go get your kidney replaced in a dirty surgery ward, right?
So think about that.
Surgical ward.
So if I bring my bike to a place where the guy is so meticulous about his shop, he's gonna be that more meticulous about my bike.
So it's kind of, we try to pride ourselves in, your bike goes on the list where it's ours. You know, we want to stand like, we don't want scratches, dents, stains, we want to leave here in a better shape than it came in. We want to be proud of what we do.
We are.
It's like that, we pride ourselves in that, that's why I just don't hire anybody, we're looking for the right people to work here. You know, you asked earlier how we hire people, so for this store, I tell everybody that comes to the door, if you've ever been to an Italian family during a holiday, that's the store, we yell, we scream, we swear at each other, we have a great time, that's the
You
sign.
know,
Honestly, Mark, if you too skinny,
so much history with this brand, and likewise with Naults. I mean, I think 125 years, 180 years. A lot to say, right? So we take a lot of pride in what we do, and the people who own these bikes take a lot of pride in what they own. We just want to make sure that we're on it.
You become family.
And, you know, in the biking world, people know, don't put your leg over somebody else's bike without thinking. You know, so it's a thing that inbred, and you still see idiots doing it. Oh, I like this bike. I saw one guy doing it on my bike one day, and I'm like, you better get your leg off that bike. He didn't get totally seated in it. He picked his leg up, and I'm like, dude, that would be the biggest mistake I did ever make. Because they're our babies, you know. We treat these as if they were our family members. Like it's your dog, it's your bike, it's your wife, it's your kids. We protect those lives.
Well, it's the old joke, life's and bikes, two things, you don't throw your legs over, get on yours.
That's good. I like that. So, one more time with all your websites.
Website is 603indian.com, phone number 603-697-6033, or come down into the store at 32 Lafayette Road in beautiful tax-free Northampton, New Hampshire.
And your other shops are?
We have one in Manchester, 422nd Street. We have 60 Range Road in Wyndham, and we have 513.
515.
515, thank you. 515 Union Street. I was close, many years living up there.
One-stop shopping, it's Naults.com. Shop on through this.
And don't forget to get your stock bike suck t-shirts. So, I mean, usually I shout out to people that are watching the show. I can't do that because my phone, which is my portable studio, is sitting over there with brains, so I can't see you. But if you are there, hello, thank you for joining us at our live Naults Seacoast Indian motorcycle show today.
You might as well give a shout out to your mom, you know, she's not.
Oh,
Like I said, you know,
Mama Wolfmann, how you doing? We got Mrs. Wolfmann. I'm sure Cheryl Hilton's watching. I'm sure the chief is watching. I'm sure Brady's watching.
so just ask Mrs. Wolfman what time I can deliver your bike. I'm just curious on
Yeah.
what time works best for you.
And you know what, we're gonna probably need her signature.
I'm gonna need her change the most likely.
Yes, permission slip. So we got Christina.
Anime,
Anime, she's the manager.
she is the marketing director for the dealership.
Because Scott's the manager. I
Yes.
get that.
She's the second loudest person in our company.
Well, it's in the room right now. I mean, we'll get her along.
Don't get her loud, they'll hear her in a minute.
She is filming us the whole time.
Yeah.
So any events coming up besides?
125-mile ride is this weekend, that's the most important, then you have a few
9
more.
a.m.?
Yeah, 9 a.m. 's registration, kick stands up, will be at 10. They'll do the 125 miles, there's a gas stop at the 60-mile point. For anybody that's a smaller tanks, then they stop and go. Once the scouts,
We get the 30 and 60.
and then they'll come back here, and then we'll have sales, we got shows and a barbecue going on for them, weather pending, the barbecue will be outside, and I think Mother Nature finally is gonna give us a beautiful day for them.
And then June 6th is the reschedule for the customing from
Yeah, so
Bike
June
Week.
6th, we have our
Bike
custom
shop.
roll night, we had a special event going on, we regretfully got rescheduled, but
Right now.
make sure that they go on our website, sign up for that, we're gonna have some prizes to give away for that. You know, best looking bike, ugliest bike, which we all know will be a Harley,
Best paint job.
best paint job.
I've seen some real ugly Hondas.
Yeah, no, we have two, we actually had a guy in our line who had an ugly Honda, so they're definitely out there.
But that's character.
But we want people to listen, that's the whole point we're trying to put out there is, other than a scooter, we don't really care what you got, even if you're on a scooter, I'll upgrade you to a Scout or something, but just get here. Come in, you don't have to buy anything, just come and spend time with us. I wanna know who's in our community, I wanna know what you're riding, I wanna know what your ups and downs are in life, and just come spend time with us in our store. You don't have to buy a thing.
And you don't need a pretty chromed out, painted out bike to come. You can come on an ugly bike.
Oh, for the record, I hate chrome. I am too lazy, he likes chrome.
I'm
not doing chrome.
My bikes, my last 3 or 4 bikes have been none but chrome, taking me 8 hours to polish it. I do it once
That's
a year.
8 hours you should be riding.
I do it once a year now, and I've said my next bike, which I believe will be the Pursuit, is gonna be the dark one.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Yeah, I know that.
Let me say this. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an hint. Right? You wanted a way to put your money. The ugliest bike will be whichever one he's sitting.
Wow.
So I'll sit on this Harley downstairs that hasn't had any use in years, so that'll match.
How many bikes you got? Perfect.
116. You know, it's a store.
personal bikes.
So personal bikes, three bikes, but I haven't, I have to say, I've ridden those in the last 10 years, it's not true.
I think we're coming to the end of our show.
Yep,
Turn up that volume so you hear it. I want people to know when the music plays. I'll know. Yeah, I'll be like, bye, everybody. It must be off by now.
thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Wolfman. Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you, ladies. Nice meeting you two, lady. That's Brains, the lady.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thanks again, guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Bill, I appreciate it.
Just go back and let's shut up. We'll shut up.
Shut off there too. But I'm no longer on. Yeah, good. That was fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do the one guys here because we're not gonna walk away once the show goes on live. We're gonna continue on Facebook.
So I'm saying, that'd be what we're trying to put together at Town Hill.
Yeah.
We're gonna have that whole restaurant,
Restaurant?
you know, where the kind of the restaurant, the bar right there?
Yeah.
That whole thing, so